Welcome back. Once again, there's no escaping the despair. There's more Zetsubou Sensei. How is it all going to play down? How he's going to change? Are the characters going to step out from their rather closed off one boundary type personalities? Or are we going to see the crumble of the human race? All of which are good outcomes for this show. I am excited to get started into the next season of it. Of course, there's plenty more out there that you guys have recommended that I need to get to. As such, if you want to head on to my Discord, there is a vote going on. Depends on how late you're watching the video, actually. To decide what it is that will be coming up next. And there's always a chance for you to get in a few ideas of your own, see if it beats out on, well, whatever I remember at the time, really. But if you want to see more of the absolute dregs of society, and the fact they're in a teaching role, you're in the right place. So grab a drink, because we're about to start some more Zetsubou Sensei. Really getting things going with the whole new start kind of thing, with the lights coming on, like we're... What is going on? The animation is slightly changed. Did the first season not do that well? Need to bring in the money some way. I've tried kombucha. Don't really like it. But then again, it might have just been that brand. She's going for the aggressive sell. That kind of... the multi-level food company. Is this the game they're playing now? Baron Munchausen? Why are we now talking about Munchausen effect and the like? Christ almighty. They are going into a lot of effort for the animation of his frivolity. So this comrade. What is this timeline? He's part of the Communist Party, but a cult? Was that a Ghibli thing? So he is a conglomerate leader for a food industry. And now also leader of a religious order. Beach piss. There's been worse cults. There's been worse. How could he turn his back on the religion? Oh wow, they have spread far and wide. Their message obviously is one that resonates with the people. There is no safety. Even the animals in the back alleys. How many references are there going to be? Does he watch Naruto? One of the only times it is fair that he has those feelings. Zeke? You can see to what degree they are following it now. Ocean travel. As long as he doesn't come into some old one Cthulhu mythos bullshit one out here. What kind of hidden island has all of the markings of cultures around the world like this? Sorry, what? We were told that he didn't like Lotus Root and then... Whatever is going on, I hope it's fixed soon. Ah. Is this the remnants of... Thank you for that censorship. One of the few times I'd agree with black bars and the like. This is the fallout of his surgery. At least... Beetle Man. Mole Cricket. I mean, if you had to choose, there could probably be some worse ones. This show is really taken a turn. I don't know if it's for the worse or not. It's just... We're getting into a world of mutants and scientific oddities. Can a mole cricket swim? Captured by pirates. If it's not cults and... He just went for an afternoon swim. But if it's not cults and medical marvels, pirates, the Kraken, hiding under the bed. I mean, got to be close somehow. Right. Left-wing gorilla. Once again, we're starting with odd nicknames. Well, at least it's spread. It's better than some names I could think of. How many times is he going to find himself at the top of a cliff? The Holy Nosebleed Empire? I mean, sure. Leave some good in the world so she can have some claim to his fortune. That he doesn't... Oh no, the masks are back. To be fair, that's just them normally, isn't it? Cover sleeve. Oh, wow. That came out of nowhere. I mean, it definitely is musically striking. To be fair, this is, with this kind of guitar line, something I would have listened to. With Zetsubou Sensei and its usual kind of way of telling stories being completely, well, reminiscent of a coherent story or message, but so far detracted from it. This episode is, fully expectant of what it all is. A complete bundle of nonsense. Rewinding? Well, from before the start. We didn't know there were problems with it. This is, right when she sees him hanging from the tree, but no, this is not the one. So we're now following the normal path. See, that was her first problem. Willingly going to school. Why was that tap upside down? Why is no one there? Question. How disappointing would it be to skip school but no one even notices? In fact, no one even knows that you were meant to be. How can the teacher just... Is it a good thing that you can say that so casually? Teacher being truant, yeah, it's normal. What is her place in this world? To what kind of... I mean, have you seen some of the other students here? Falling down behind a hoof of a equine. What was that? You're trying to find your place and at least have a little bit of presence. People do extreme things. Yes, it was so difficult. Look what she collected. Did she always have, like, patchwork uniform? Am I that unobservant? She learned through experience. Yeah. I mean, if the choice is eating or not, the thing is, any kind of situation she can think of to refugee, makes sense, but any kind of excuse she can think of to try and get some kind of sympathy towards herself, yeah, there's someone in the class with it much worse, whether it be self-inflicted or not. There's someone with much more experience, shall we say. He's just trying to paint the walls from the outside. The fact that he is, in effect, a pendulum timekeeper. I mean, if you want a better way to reintroduce characters and their traits without being so direct, there's probably one out there. Thanks for the camera angle. To be fair, normal is a blessing in this place. And any change in the way it's said, yeah. A normal. Mm. I mean, well, there's a lot to read. But was that really about optimism, pessimism, and 0.3 of a glass full? Anyway, if you want to talk about truants, there's one who's been living in a cupboard this entire time. If you're just going to bring in real life people and their troubles, and I'll even more reading. If you're going to bring into real life people and their troubles, we'll be here all day. I am glad to be relatively middle of the road, completely average in most respects. I liked how you've marked out some of the students there, the ones that have had kind of a lot of character building, being able to actually see them. Although, was the guy with the presence issue part of that, or was he missed off as well? There we go. At least she's being made comfortable in this bed. She's given her somewhere to live. Has been kicked out. Like it's some profound meeting of destiny. There is so much more to this. The very depths of depravity she's having to go through, what kind of life she's led trying to stay out of sight. For how long? Okay, that's not too bad. Maybe because I don't have that ingraining nostalgia. Okay, with the singing, maybe it's a little more difficult. I mean, if they've added this as a way to force people out, say you go home now, it works. Although in my experience when I was at school, wow, that's off the screen. No one actually wanted to stay at school longer than they had to. I do like how it is slowly descending into some creepy pasta realm. Like this is the starting of an SCP entry. 2 shovels were sold at the hardware store. And how long do they go on for? That's the bigger question. Someone who sees the beauty in everything. The super positive, yep. Yeah, she is the yokai living in the school, kid blessing everyone. Is actually a yokai? Or are they separate entities? Don't actually know. So, at least she's coming up with her own reasonings and solutions to every situation, even if it just confuses everyone else into motherly love. That was one of the ingredients. The thoughts of everything you're missing out by staying within these walls and things you want to stay away from. To be fair, as long as there's a source. Don't worry, that's just your everyday stalker. But yeah, as long as there's a source of running water and electricity, I don't see a problem. Yeah, it's the spirits behind you. She needs to get out now. The students in this place are more terrifying than any ghost or ghoul there could possibly be. And yes, also goose. Uh, as some sort of really fucked up Silent Hill, I don't think even then anyone has ever thought of turning the roof fluorescent lighting into severed babies' legs. Discussing truancy. Mm. But 30,000? That's not that great. Oh? What is this art style? Those lashes. Oh god. There are certain characters that I would definitely want to see in that style, just to see how you would manage them based on their current descriptions of what we know them of as. Huh. That was one I was thinking. The bleak backing and the walls really make a lot of sense for Zetsubou Sensei, actually. It makes so much more sense if it was all in some sort of institution. Sometimes I wish my walls were padded. Thank you. I'm so glad that it is no relation to people's living or dead. Just tunnels all the way down. Oh, neat bit of art. I will say, as a welcome back to Zetsubou Sensei, even though I wasn't away for that long, having all of that on display, some of it quite artistic, artsy, and downright terrifying. What's the worst thing you can imagine? Your own imagination and thinking is worse than any reality that possibly could be, and ceiling babies is definitely up there. If you're trying to dissuade someone from staying anywhere for an extended period of time, what kind of horrid monstrosities can you think of? This show is nothing if not at least very disturbing. Not only was the beginning completely out of left field, didn't know where the hell that was coming from. Now seeing it as possibly a precursor to how we got to the school, somehow that cult was very understandable. I mean, who doesn't like going to the beach? But if you thought your life was ever difficult, just remember, there's someone who's probably got it a lot worse, so don't try and make it a war of attrition. You never come out on top. There are far too many people that try to garner sympathy over every little thing, but when you are genuinely in need, those that cry wolf and try to make people feel bad for them really detract from those that need help. And if you just want attention, maybe go about it a slightly different way. Although with her life being completely normal, she needs a little excitement. I do kind of like how most of the characters who have these really kind of expressive personalities, the reasons, their entire raison d'etre to be this kind of oddity, whether it be playing with animals' tails and getting reprimanded for it, stalking, or any other such, the fact that they are all mostly comfortable with their life and how they are, and it's the one who doesn't have anything, the normal one, who is disturbed by their lack of anything, really. Although I'm really not one to talk much, considering I would probably fall well into her shoes there, being the completely normal one with no real outstanding qualities and any real respect. So during school, I think, I probably said this before long ago in videos, but I was known as the weird one. Because I had nothing, so as at any opportunity I could, well, let's do something stupid here. Whether it be trying to be funny, trying to get some sort of reaction by being a little strange. Yeah. Overall, looking back, it was completely worth it. Until it comes to actually interacting with people, that didn't work out. Unless it was my friend's group. My shame will live forever on in the yearbook for the school, with winning an award for being the year's shyest person. You wouldn't be able to tell now, obviously. God help me if I had watched anime back then as well. Still, I've been enjoying my time here, and hopefully you have as well. Zetsubou Sensei is a show that really doesn't get me thinking that hard, more just worrying about the mental state of everyone involved. Producers, directors, writers, animators, especially the animators. They have to go through this with no regard for their safety. But mostly, I worry for everyone that bought the Blu-rays. But if you would like to help support something that you enjoy, Why not? Especially the anime industry, it kind of needs it. We need to do a little more. So, if I've entertained you, if I've provided any sort of extra detail or impact or entertainment, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below, because then I may be encouraged to do more. But if you want to make sure not to miss out, consider subscribing to the channel if I've earned it. And also, if you want to make sure not to miss out any kind of notifications or anything, then you can always jump onto my Discord. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest, whether it be within school grounds or not. And I'll see you for the next one. Whether I'm normal or not, I do need to thank my patrons because they keep this channel going, and we all have something special about us. And as long as it's something that can't get you into legal trouble, feel free to be somewhat proud of it. So I do need to thank M.O, Noku, Sao, Guado, Kite, Wolfie Sensei, and everyone else. For without you, I would be at the mercy of all those beach cults.